the moment, 2 lengths clear of Court Order. Lincolnderry third from I Like Beer wider. Just Dynamite back to the inside, and last of all Turkey Lane. The leader ran out of that jump in the straight, the first of the treble, and he landed about 2.5 in front of Lincolnderry going through on the inside of Court Order and I Like Beer as they come to the second of the treble. And they were followed by Just Dynamite, and last of all was Turkey Lane, but the steeplechase is only about 5 lengths off them. Here's the jump in front of the stand. They've got a lap to go now, and Prince Keystone took off well before it, jumped it well, and landed a length and a quarter in front of Court Order. Further back behind those then Lincolnderry, I Like Beer, Just Dynamite, and Turkey Lane is at the tail. Out of the straight they go, and taking the jump on the side now, and the leader was still Prince Keystone as they come to it. He's about 2 in front, second place in Court Order. Again ran out at that jump. Going through on the inside, Lincolnderry from I Like Beer, Just Dynamite, and Turkey Lane was last of all. As they move towards the far side of the course, and the leader is still the favourite, Prince Keystone over the crossing shows the way by about a length and a half to Court Order, and Lincolnderry a neck away third the rail. 1 length to I Like Beer, and then a half away then to Just Dynamite, and only 1.5 away to the little grey Turkey Lane. Here's the first of them in the far side again, and up and over that Prince Keystone puts a bit more speed on now. Court Order and I Like Beer outside of it. Further back to Lincolnderry, who just dropped a bit as they go to the next one. Prince Keystone nearly got into that, but he got away with it from Just Dynamite, and last of all was Turkey Lane. They've completed a full circuit back where they started, and with 1,200 to run now, here's another flight coming up to them, where the leader Prince Keystone over that by a length and a quarter. Second I Like Beer, Court Order, and Lincolnderry under the whip running on. Further back to Just Dynamite, and Turkey Lane is last, but still only about 4 or 5 off the lead. 1,000 metres out. Onto the side they go again, and Prince Keystone is still the one to catch. He's a length in front of I Like Beer and Lincolnderry from Court Order. Now there's a gap of 2 lengths to Just Dynamite, and further back to Turkey Lane a length away. On the side, racing down to the 800 metre mark, and Turkey Lane, rather the Prince Keystone still going well. He's a length in front of I Like Beer, who's running a forward race, and further back then Lincolnderry. Over that followed by, on the outside, Turkey Lane, who's coming into the finish now from Just Dynamite, and Court Order's called it a day. 600 a race now, 2 more hurdles to get over. And the favourite, Prince Keystone, by a length to I Like Beer. Third then Lincolnderry. Fourth on the outside was Turkey Lane, still whacking away. And then Just Dynamite, and Court Order's called it a day. Homeward bound, 400 to go. Prince Keystone by a couple. Second out wide was I Like Beer. Back on the inside, Lincolnderry. Oh, he ran out, jump out badly, and Turkey Lane, the Great Eastern winner's coming with a big finish down the outside. Here's the last coming up to them. Prince Keystone in front. He comes to it, and he's again run out of it badly, and Turkey Lane ran to him like a sprinter again, this gallant little grey. Turkey Lane the outside, over on the inside, Prince Keystone, but there's no stopping this little grey, and Turkey Lane, the Great Eastern winner, does it over the panels. Second placing Prince Keystone, third Lincolnderry. I Like Beer followed by Just Dynamite, and totally distanced was the other one, Court Order. Well, there's no stopping him. He's put in that big finish again over the last.
Corporate James is my second special. Corporate James was only beaten 2 lengths in the Doncaster, and a repeat effort will win this from 4 Blue Gum, who can improve sharply. Race 8. I've decided track bias should be carefully noted here. If the on-pace runners are winning, my selection would be number 6 Greeting, but if they're coming from behind, I think Shindig's the best suited horse in the race, so I'll make that a bracket selection, number 6 Greeting or number 1 Shindig. But overall I thought the best 3 were race 5, number 4 Might and Power, race 6, number 7 Coogee Walk on an each way basis, and race 7, number 1 Corporate James.
Good luck to you, Col.
Thanks very much, John.
See you.
That was Colin Tidy, who joined John Tapp in the mounting yard earlier on with his late mail for Randwick. The first race is coming up very soon, the Hennessy Cognac, open plate for the 2-year-olds. Shinken C830, 10 Bull Market, 30 Stately Rhythm, Titanium Cover 570, King Lotto 620, Tsar Royale from the Denham stable is the favourite, $2.60. Leases come in a bit into $7.40 first up today, and Batgirl, a first starter for the O'Sullivans, who've had a great carnival, is $21 for race number 1 at Randwick. And Southern Lass is the only other one at $34. Batgirl's the only first starter in the race too. John tips Zar Royale to beat King Lotto and Titanium Cover. 6-5-4. 6 a special, in fact, in the first race. Zar Royale, a ride for Brian York. Great meeting at Randwick. Let's take you there for the call of race 1. Here's John Tapp.
Thanks, Matt. 3 scratchings here reduces the field. Cover on the tote, because now it's gone to 5-1 on the tote, but you'd double that here on track. So the clear favourite, Zar Royale, beaten here a long neck on Easter Monday. Rider protested unsuccessfully, and had the margin been a long head, according to the chief of stewards, Ray Murray, he probably would have got the race, but the margin was just a little too decisive in the favour of a Motive in the Keith Mackay handicap. Now we've got Zar Royale to come up, also Stately Rhythm, and the other one out is a newcomer called Batgirl, trained by Dave O'Sullivan at Randwick, see bred by Stan Johnson. And Batgirl by Ken Mayer is moving forward now. Lovely day, 24 degrees. Rail out 6 metres, and track classified this morning as heavy. So we're just about set for action, the first of 8 here on this final day of the AJC Autumn Carnival and Anzac Day meeting. Just about ready now. The last horses being locked in, so now we're right. First of the day. They're racing. The favourite jumped out reasonably well, Zar Royale. Good go for the early leadership, and the Titanium Cover has it from Bull Market. Shinkansi is third, followed closely then by Stately Rhythm, and caught out pretty wide as they settle fully into stride. Batgirl, followed closely by Southern Lass. Now, Zar Royale's been given plenty of time to fight her legs, and only one behind the favourite, that is Lease. 800 to travel. Bull Market to the lead from Shinkansi, and third Titanium Cover, followed closely by Southern Lass. King Lotto going up on the outside of it, and then Stately Rhythm, Batgirl from Zar Royale, and a couple of lengths to Lease. 500 left to go, and Bull Market shows the way. A length Shinkansi, a couple into Titanium Cover. King Lotto given a couple of hard cracks with a whip from Stately Rhythm, Southern Lass, and then Batgirl, Zar Royale, and Lease. They straighten up in the first at Randwick, and Bull Market 3/4 Shinkansi, 2.5 to Stately Rhythm and Titanium Cover. King Lotto, and Zar Royale is on the extreme outside. She's still about 5 lengths from Bull Market at the 200 metres. She's starting to close, though. The leader, Bull Market, from on the outside, Zar Royale. She's coming with big strides, and Lisa's made up many lengths, but the favourite, Zar Royale, hits the front and is coming right away, and down to the line goes Zar Royale to win well from Lisa or Bull Market. And then came King Lotto, followed by Shinkansi, Stately Rhythm, Titanium Cover, Southern Lass, and the newcomer Batgirl at the tail of the field. The favourite home in the first.
It's a special ceremony to mark the day, to follow the running of the first. They're all set. About to break in race number 1. Light flashing, gates are back, Ocean Fast again, dwelt slightly at the start, and Chemistry gets back in the field. Cannonball bounced out in front of Elter Hood. Jumalik was away quickly, is on the improve up to third there. Grand Archway is around him going forward now, and they're followed by Wingtop, Macassar Symphony back on the inside. Then Wajib Star, a length and a half further back as Ocean Fast, followed by Ponching and Chemistry last of all. Cannonball led at the 1,000 metres, but now he's being tackled by Wingtop quickly on the outside, has dashed up to press him for the lead. Gets a neck in front. Grand Archway sits back a length and a half away third. 1.5 Elter Hood fourth on the inside of Jumalik, who's now enjoying a pretty good run. About a length further back in the field then came Macassar Symphony, Ocean Fast on the rail. Then came to the outsiders Ponching from Wajib Star, and back last is Chemistry when they bunch and come to the home turn. And the leader is Cannonball from Wingtop on the outside. Grand Archway 3 deep and 4 deep Jumalik. Macassar Symphony goes up about 5 wide coming around the home turn. Cannonball leads into the straight. Jumalik quickly up to tackle it as soon as they balance for the run in. On the outside, Mikasa Symphony, Grand Archway under pressure and then punching. Elterhood is doing nothing. Jumalik near the 300 metres, gets up on the outside of Cannonball. He's under the whip though, and Grand Archway is starting to sprint quickly on the outside, followed by Punching and Ocean Fast. Jumalik fighting on, has a head advantage here. On the outside, Grand Archway's trying hard, gets level now. Grand Archway puts the head in front of the favourite. Ocean Fast flies, but Grand Archway wins it a half a length. I'd say Ocean Fast might grab second in front of Jumalik. That's a photo for second placing. They were clear of Cannonball, Mikasa Symphony and Punching in the centre. A gap to Wajib Star. Back behind it to finish was Chemistry, and towards the end is Elterhood, with back last of all Winged Hope. Number 2, Grand Archway, ridden by Elf Matthews, has taken out the Anzac Day Stakes, beating 4 Ocean Fast, Greg Hall, and 3 Jumalik, Brian Werner. Numbers are 2, 4 and 3 in the first of the day, 2, 4 and 3. Now they've run 126.9, 126.9.
Careless Comment, and hardest against the rail is Smolder Race. Quick Megs is on their hammer, and they were followed then by Mystic Star. Ahead of it, the stablemate Razorback, and Vain Baroness is buried in between them. The outside looked to be clear as they race down now to the vicinity of the 450, where it's Smolder Race leading from Quick Megs, Malnamuka. Further back then came Jewel of Maritza and also Chevette. Running up behind them, Mystic Star and also Vain Baroness looking for room. Then Razorback, they're cutting into this track out wide. Further back then Careless Comment can't pick its legs up. On the inside, Royal Vandal the leader, but the outside division are clear, with Malnamuka now moving up to Quick Megs. Smolder Race looks to be struggling. Quick Megs, Malnamuka, and Royal Vandal, the bolter on the inside, pushes through. Royal Vandal on the inside. Royal Vandal's one from Razorback, Bodacious Babe, Quick Megs and Malnamuka, I think. They're all over the shop. Then came Chevette. Further out in the track, Smolder Race knocked up. They were followed further back behind those then by close-heading Mystic Star. Then back towards the inside section. Then came Lap of Honour, followed further back behind them by Jestress. In that division, Curium, Vain Baroness, Jewel of Maritza, and Careless Comment just simply couldn't lift its legs out of the ground as he's right down, as did Vain Baroness and also Jewel of Maritza. This will pay.
Back as was expected, and Verdict Declared shot through along the inside to lead the New Zealand mare. What Can I Say? A length and a half. Third is Blue Butterfly, except wider out fourth. 2.5 to Airs and Graces, deep contentious in the middle. Clarinda the inside, and a couple of lengths Spectacular Zip and Bridal Chance. 800 metres to go, and Verdict Declared leads by about a length and 3/4 now. What Can I Say in close attendance second. A length away third is Except on the outside of Blue Butterfly. About 2.5 lengths then to contentious between Clarinda the inside and Airs and Graces wider out. Bridal Chance being second last, and a couple of lengths to... comes Airs and Graces Except, but What Can I Say quickly accelerated and raced well clear. And as they travelled at the 200, What Can I Say? A length and a half on Airs and Graces. Bridal Chance is starting to hit top gear, but it's still a couple of lengths off What Can I Say? What Can I Say in front, except on the outside Airs and Graces trying to get What Can I Say, but can't, and the New Zealand mare wins it well. What Can I Say has beaten Airs and Graces, Bridal Chance third, and they've blitzed the others, headed there by Verdict Declared from Blue Butterfly, and over on the inside Contentious, and then Except. Second last Spectacular Zip, and Absolute was Clarinda. What can I say?
The line. 15 fences on their journey, 3,400 metres. The race run entirely on the steeplechase track, and they're set to break. In fact, they're off and racing now. The first fence comes up pretty quickly, and Worthy Knight was one of the first out. Hazard's Best didn't jump the first one very well. He lost a bit of ground. Newton went up quickly on the outside of Burrowby Lord to go to the lead. Turf Tavern is prominent third on the inside. Outback Bronze improving quickly, and they're followed 2 lengths back by Tick Over Worthy Knight. Belcapine going forward. About a length and a half further back in the field, Naruma Guy, followed by Usurper going up outside the Arabian. Picasso dropping out to second last, and a length and a half Hazard's Best. Best. Newton at the 1,000 metres on the first circuit. Here's the second fence coming up now. He'd gone away with a big lead over at Newton. Out by the... Oh, one's gone back in the field. Let's see, was it Tick Over, I think? Yes, Tick Over has gone at the second fence to his feet, and so too is the rider. So they came to the third with Newton in front, about 3 to 4 lengths on Burrowby Lord over on the inside of the one moving up Outback Bronze on the outside of him. Belcapine's gone up to fourth now, and then Turf Tavern over on the inside. Back behind them then came Worthy Knight. A length and a half or two then Usurper and the Arabian, and they're followed by Picasso, who's third to last, and Naruma Guy Hazard's Best dropped out to last. First down in the lane now, and Newton over at about 3 lengths in front, all jumping that one okay, and it's Newton the leader coming towards the brick wall, the second down the lane. Over it in front of Burrowby Lord up second on the inside. Outback Bronze in third placing. Belcapine a length away fourth, and 3 lengths further back is Turf Tavern. 3/4 then to Worthy Knight. 3 Usurper the favourite, who has only about 4 behind him as they come towards the last one in the lane. Back behind Picasso then is on the outside Naruma Guy, who's not jumping his fences as well as he did the other day. Hazard's Best getting up inside him, and the Arabians dropped out to be last of all as they head out now to the riverside, and there's 4 fences coming up. The treble comes up pretty quickly. And towards the first of them, Newton is being pressed now by Outback Bronze. Newton about 3/4 to Outback Bronze. Burrowby Lord over on the inside in third placing. Belcapine going up on the outside, so it's a good tussle up in the leading bunch now. About 3 lengths away, Worthy Knight, Turf Tavern, and then a length and a half, Usurper and Picasso. 4 Hazard's Best, Naruma Guy struggling at the moment when they go to the next one. And back behind him is the Arabian last of all. Here's the third of that treble coming up. Newton still has it from Belcapine 3 wide, and Outback Bronze in the centre. Oh, Picasso back in the field made a shocking mess of it. Here's the next one coming up. Newton being tackled by Outback Bronze and Belcapine, who both take a slender lead on him now. About 5 lengths away is Burrowby Lord holding down fourth placing. 3 lengths Usurper starting to stoke up and make his run, followed by Turf Tavern. Worthy Knight is under a lot of pressure but responding, and they've got right away 20 lengths in front of Hazard's Best. Picasso jumping poorly, then Naruma Guy and the Arabian, but they are virtually in another race, the last quartet. Coming past the 1,000 metres, here's the next fence looming up. Belcapine had shot to the lead over Newton, added over it well now, and Belcapine's 3 lengths to Usurper, who's chased hard into second placing. Closing on the leader quickly. Newton is back third, Worthy Knight still under pressure but responding. Burrowby Lord's got back to fifth on the rail when they came towards the next fence, the one before the turn, and Belcapine tackled by Usurper. The favourites taking the lead around the home turn. Worthy Knight under pressure getting to the outside of Newton, then Burrowby Lord battling along strongly, followed by Turf Tavern, and then a long break in the field to Outback Bronze. But coming up towards now the second last the hedge, and Usurper's raced away from Belcapine, a good battle for third. At the second last, over it beautifully is Usurper. He stumbled just a little on landing, but he's 6 lengths in front of Belcapine. Burrowby Lord, Worthy Knight and Turf Tavern fighting out third. Here's the last. Usurper brushing through it. Well clear. Has it well won, Usurper over Belcapine. Turf Tavern's running on pretty well. Might even get up and run second, but Usurper's being eased down over the last 100 metres, and Craig Durden gives him an easy time, and Usurper has bolted in by about 6 or 7 lengths to Turf Tavern. Third's gone to Belcapine, just in front of Worthy Knight, Burrowby Lord, and out wider was Newton. Then there's a long break to Outback Bronze. Naruma Guy jumped poorly today, followed by Hazard's Best, and the Arabian is last to finish. Picasso, who'd been jumping pretty ordinarily, has been pulled out of.
It seemed to jump pretty well, Spellmaker, with Lord of the Pines. Some of them are still heading out wide. See what happens here as they sort themselves out. Mr. Midge is going fast out deep on the track with My Golden Bracelet, Voronov, and also Jetski. They're the 4 out wide. Back to the inside, Spellmaker led Lord of the Pines, Tourdine and Choose. And back in behind those then was Right on Top, down to the 600 metre mark. And again out wide, I think they're just in front, Mr. Midge, Voronov. And also My Golden Bracelet from Jetski. Back to the inside, Spellmaker's a mile in front of them. Lord of the Pines is 4 lengths away, second in that inside division from Tourdine and Choose. And last of all was further back behind them, Right on Top. They race down towards the 250. This time the inside horse is a mile clear now, and Spellmaker's going to bolt this in. Spellmaker's out about 5 or 6 clear of Lord of the Pines second, Tourdine third. They're all on the inside. The best they can do out wide at the moment is Mr. Midge fourth, but Spellmaker eased down, won up by about 7 lengths. Lord of the Pines second, third placing Tourdine. Fourth was the closest of those out wide, Mr. Midge. Back to the inside then came Right on Top. Wider out again was My Golden Bracelet. Jetski the the middle. Voronov back out wide was one of the last ones in, and the other horse there with them too was My Golden Bracelet and Choose.
Just in front, but Look for Mars is keen to lead. And racing down to the 1,200 metres, Look for Mars a neck on Trusted, a length and a half Happy and You Know It on the outside of a Glacier. 3 lengths to Mossman, a length Arena and 1 to Dracula. 8 lengths covers the field in the Champagne as they swing the first corner and race onto the 1,000 metres. And Look for Mars got away by 2 lengths now on Trusted, Happy and You Know It, third on the outside of a Glacier. A little more than a length to Mossman on the outside of Arena and 1 to Dracula last as they come onto the side. And over the crossing at the 850. No change in the order. And Look for Mars, the rank outsider in the small field, out 2 lengths on Trusted, Happy and You Know It third. A Glacier fourth on the rails, and then Mossman, a length and a quarter off to Arena, and 3/4 to Dracula, the outside, who'd be 8 lengths off the lead, occupied by Look for Mars, and 500 to go. Look for Mars being sent along in front by 2.5 lengths on Trusted. A length to Happy and You Know It, called upon by Greg Charles. A Glacier being ridden hard by York, then Mossman, Dracula to the extreme outside, and Arena's last. A compact lot. 300 left to go. Trusted got to Look for Mars with Happy and You Know It, and Dracula joining in with Mossman. A Glacier will run nearly last. It's Happy and You Know It, Dracula on the outside, and Mossman between them. Happy and You Know It, Dracula the outside. They've beaten off Mossman. It's Happy and You Know It and Dracula going to the line together. Dracula got there. Dracula a short half head. Happy and You Know It. Very close between Mossman and Arena for third. A long margin of Glacier, Trusted, and tailed off Look for Mars.
All set now. Ready to break over at the 1,600, and the starter hits the lever and they're away. And let's see, Quality Way hustled out of the stalls but hasn't got the pace to hold out Purbright, who began very quickly. Aussie Prospector began fast, and so too Flying Josh Dan, who's gone up quickly into second placing now. Gold Boom has got back to second last, sorting themselves out fully, and Purbright in front of Flying Josh Dan, who goes to the lead now but is tackled immediately by Prince Dandan. So it's been a race of changes now at the 1,200 metres. Flying Josh Dan joined by Prince Dandan, and 2 lengths away third is Purbright. Vocalist on the outside of her. 2.5 lengths further back Aussie Prospector ahead Quality Way. 2 lengths Exponential, 1 further back Obscenic, and then Gold Boom, and 2.5 to Bradman. 900 metres to go, and Prince Dandan outside Flying Josh Dan. 2 lengths away in third is Vocalist, followed by Purbright fourth, a neck away. 2 lengths then to Aussie Prospector outside Quality Way. 1 Exponential on the inside Obscenic. 1 to Gold Boom, spotting the leader about probably 9 lengths coming to the home turn, and Bradman is last of all on the inside. They're inside the 600 metres coming around the turn, and Vocalist had made a quick dash on the outside to join Prince Dandan. Purbright back third. Flying Josh Dan gone on the rail. Aussie Prospector pulls to the outside. Exponential came wide, and Gold Boom came to the extreme outside. In the straight, Prince Dandan shot 2 in front of Vocalist. 2 to Purbright, 2 to Exponential. Bradman getting home along the inside. Gold Boom still coming home down the outside. Prince Dandan at the 200. He's a bit flat to the boards. Here's Gold Boom, and getting up on the inside 2 is Obscenic, but Bradman's hit the front with 100 metres to go. Coming after it is Obscenic. Bradman, Obscenic. Obscenic getting to Bradman. Bradman, Obscenic. Oh, Bradman or Obscenic. There's not much in this. A half a length to Prince Dandan third. A gap then to Gold Boom. He didn't go on with it from Aussie Prospect to Purbright Quality Way. A gap Exponential. Vocalist dropped right out, and so did Flying Josh Dan last.
Great finish number 5. Bradman 750.
You dancers ready. fidgety now, though. Attendance with it. No sign of the light. Strong meeting at Mount Gambier tomorrow. There they go. New Dance came out awkwardly. Away very fast out wide on the track. Chamois and Count the Kisses. They've both opted to come deep. The others have all gone to hug the rail. We're now going through a Statement with it on its outside, St Clemens Bell. Close handy was the roughy Kilravok Rose, followed close handy behind those then by Speedy Kids, and they were followed by Bet on Red and also Gold Crystal, and they were followed in that division too by Maybe Holly. 3 lengths away You Dance, followed by Wreckage, and one of the last now is Discreet Lover. Down the outside, Count the Kisses led Chamois clearly, but at the 400 metre mark, there's not a lot in this. Inside, outside, Count the Kisses out wide, and Chamois back to the inside. Statement, hard ridden, and coming after it, St Clemens Bell from Speedy Kids now starting to open up, but Count the Kisses is in front down the outside on this occasion. Here comes Speedy Kids rattling through along the inside. Count the Kisses, Speedy Kids the inside clear, and Speedy Kids I think has won from Count the Kisses or St Clemens Bell. Gold Crystal and Statement close up. Kilravok Rose, You Dance. They were followed by Maybe Holly. Down the extreme outside, then Chamois. And further back behind those then came Discreet Lover. Back there with Bet on Red amongst the last few. And Kilravok Rose showed some good speed early.
He's right up there in the early stages with Go Chisel. On the inside, Indianapolis, and not all that far away as Court of Honour as they swing into the straight. And then Bridal Man, Cossack Beauty, followed by on the outside Magic, and deeper still is Magical Path. And then back in the saddle and a couple of lengths to It's a Breeze racing on the inside of Lahar. Go Chisel to its normal roll, leading and down to the 100 metres. Go Chisel has a break of 1 3/4 now on Bridal Man. Third posse is Indianapolis. Fourth Magic Wider out. On Air's getting a lovely run, 1 off the rails. Fifth, 1.5 lengths Cossack Beauty on the inside of Court of Honour. Then back in the saddle inside of Magical Path. And a couple of lengths to It's a Breeze parked inside of Lahar. Turning out of the straight and racing along by the 2,000 marker, and Gold Chisel about 2.5 lengths clear. Travelling second is Magic, and Malcolm Fitzgerald trying to get the horse over a bit closer to the rails. Bridal Man is third. Indianapolis next, 1 3/4 to On Air, followed by Cossack Beauty parked over on the inside of Court of Honour. Then a break two, back in the saddle, Magical Path. Lahar being second last, and It's a Breeze is last of all. The nicely coloured grey, Go Chisel is the leader over the 1600 crossing and working to the back of the course now. Go Chisel out by 2 lengths on Magic. 5 away to Bridal Man. Another 5 lengths or so to Indianapolis. 3/4 to On Air the other. A couple Court of Honour, Cossack Beauty. 2.5 Magical Path back in the saddle. And still It's a Breeze and Lahar are the joint tail enders. And the St Ledger field is stringing out noticeably. They race along past the 1300. More than half the race has been covered. And Go Chisel being sent along by the rider Kevin Moses, the little Aussie battler, in inverted commas. And Go Chisel to the far corner, about 1.5 lengths on Magic, sitting right on Go Chisel's hammer. 8 lengths off next, Bridal Man, 2 lengths to On Air, gradually making a little bit of ground from Indianapolis, who's starting to feel the pinch, and then comes Court of Honour, followed by back in the saddle, and then on the outside, Magical Path. Another length to It's a Breeze, Lahar, and Cossack Beauty's right out of its depth. 800 metres to go, and Magic races up to Go Chisel, who threw in the tail very quickly. 2 lengths to Bridal Man, 1.5 lengths to On Air, and then a break to Court of Honour. It's a Breeze has made up many lengths, followed by Lahar on the inside. Back in the saddles a mile away and under the whip. Then Indianapolis, Magical Path, and forget about Cossack Beauty. To the corner in the AJC St Ledger. On Air is starting to loom up with Bridal Man. The leader Magic on Saffron's. Bridal Man quickly got the better of it, and Bridal Man straightens up 1.5 lengths clear on Air. Johnny Marshall had a peep to the left. 2 lengths to It's a Breeze and about 4 to Court of Honour. 250 to go. Corey Brown pulls the Persuader on Bridal Man. Marshall likewise on Air, who can't catch Bridal Man, and a long margin to It's a Breeze, but Bridal Man from the Brian Lawson stable at Warwick Farm is going to give Brian his biggest win to date. Bridal Man racing away from On Air. Court of Honour will get third, but Bridal Man wins the St Ledger. Bridal Man beat On Air, and Court of Honour a distant third from It's a Breeze, Lahar, Magic. Oh, they're coming in at long intervals. Magical Path, Go Chisel back in the saddle. Indianapolis and Cossack Beauty will go.
Distance is set. And away they go at the 1600. Take a Leave It a little slow on the inside, and Super Lad away quickly. Mustang Red heading it off. Going forward, Rembetica and Shearer Claude, the two pacemakers in the race. As they settle fully, Shearer Claude bowling to the lead by the 1400. Set up a length and a half on Mustang Red. Rembetica satisfied to sit off the pace third today. A length and a half away, Laird's Ace, and they're followed then by Super Lad, who's tucked away over on the inside rail, going past the 1200 metre mark. Over on his outside there is Perfect Bound, about 2 or 3 lengths then to Above the Law, and getting back on the inside, Take a Leave It with Seascape around him. They're not going all that hard, and at the 1000 metre mark, Shearer Claude led by about a length and a half to Mustang Red. Rembetica a length and a half away third. Perfect Bound is moving up fourth over on the outside when they head towards the 800 metre mark. 2 lengths behind them is Super Lad. Laird's Ace is up on the outside of Perfect Bound, travelling wide before the turn. Seascape carting it home. Above the Law is between horses. Super Lad is back second last on the inside. He's just in an awkward place coming to the bend, and Take or Leave It is 2 lengths behind him. Pretty well bunched. Only about 6 or 7 lengths would cover the field, and Shearer Claude now quickening the tempo into the home straight. Sets up a length and a half on Mustang Red. Perfect Bound to the outside. Laird's Ace deeper out. Rembetica following the leader through on the rails. Super Lad is running on pretty well. They're reaching the 300. Shearer Claude rolling off the fence. A run for Rembetica. Mustang Red and Perfect Bound on the outside, trying to reach Shearer Claude. Super Lad not doing enough. They're inside the 200. Still Shearer Claude the leader from Rembetica, squeezing up on the inside, and Perfect Bound the outside. Shearer Claude still has it from Rembetica. He's fighting tremendously well, and Shearer Claude wins it a neck to Rembetica, and a head away third on the outside was Perfect Bound. Back behind them to finish was Mustang Red, Above the Law, and then Seascape on the outside, followed by Take or Leave It. Super Lad dropped out again, and Laird's Ace last to greet the judge.
Good fighting win to
Number 7, Shearer Claude, ridden by Darren Gauci. Didn't he ride that well? And the horse found plenty in the run home. Shearer Claude. Second, number 5, Rembetica. And third, number 2, Perfect Bound, ridden by Brett Preble. Numbers are 7, 5 and 2 in the fourth. 7, 5 and 2. Fourth was Seascape, and fifth was Mustang Red. 140.8 and 35.2. Wouldn't see a better front running ride than that by Darren Gauci. Just gave him a lovely little rest in the middle stages, quickened it up round the home turn, and the horse kept finding strongly, stepping up from a Class 6 to a listed event here today worth $50,000. He's made it back-to-back victories.
Gambia Racing tomorrow, good program. They're off now. Mr. Jazzaway missed it by about a length or so. Step to Reason just ambled out of the stalls. Roman Coin came out very tidily, looking for the lead with Honourable Dudley and Rubina, and Valerian's going to take them all on. Valerian cartwheels across now from the up wide and goes to a half-length advantage.
We have another protest. It's second against first, alleging interference from the 350 to the winning post.
In that division,
the margin is a neck.
Side by Blue Witness. Around them then came Spot the Demon, going up ahead of a couple of those. 2 lengths further back then came Apollo Helios in the blue logo colours. Mustaneer the inside. Cresta Girls a long way back at this point with Step to Reason. Queen of Mars in Rain. On the side, Lord Mitch second last, a long way off them. Mr. Jazzaway last of all. Valerian tried to pinch this at the 800 and bowls along. Shows out by 4 around the turn for the long run in on the outer track. Second, Honourable Dudley. Third placing, Roman Coin, and then came Emma round to the outside, followed further back by Rubina. Then came Cresta Girl, and out wide Spot the Demon. Mustaneer making some headway. Apollo Helios was further back in the field, and then came Queen of Mars. Cresta Girl's not in the race. Wide out Lord Mitch is making a bit of ground, but the leader is still Valerian. Out wide Mustaneer and Amaranda working home hard. Mustaneer's the one putting in the big strides now. Mustaneer swamps Valerian. Further back Roman Coin, Rubina. Down the outside Queen of Mars and Lord Mitch, but it's Mustaneer plain sailing in the ground. Mustaneer's put a gap on them, and Mustaneer will go home and win ever so easily. It's won by any number of lengths. Second place will go to Rubina. Third is tight on the inside, Roman Coin. Valerian between them. Queen of Mars, Amaranda, Blue Witness. Witness, then Apollo Helios, and further back behind those then came Honourable Dudley. Lord Mitch out very wide on the track. Cresta Girl has not fired a shot today. Further back behind those then came towards the tail of the field. We've got Swag, and also back there with them on.
Queen Elizabeth, Might and Power, 5-4 on with the New South Wales tote. Set. Racing. And away to a good start too. Might and Power, hard ridden by York to try and get the lead off Champagne, and going very swiftly is Juggler. Almost 3 in line at the end of 200 metres from Dannemora, then into Gaze, into Couple to Catlin opening. Might and Power in front clearly now, working towards the 1650. It's about 3/4 of a length on Juggler. So Stephen King is not letting York get away on Might and Power, although to the back of the course at the 1500. Might and Power about a length and a half on Juggler, followed by Champagne close up inside of Juggler. 2.5 to the rank outside of Dannemora, parked on the inside of Intergaze, and a length and 3/4 to Catlin opening. Down the back of the track they gallop and along towards the 1300 metres, and Might and Power. The big horse is clear and rolling now. He's about 2.5 lengths in fact on Juggler. 3/4 to Champagne on the inside, another 2.5 to Dannemora. At its girth on the outside into Gaze, and a length and a half further back is Catlin opening. They race out of the back straight and on past the 1,000 marker. There's no change in order, and Might and Power is the leader by 3 lengths on Juggler. 2.5 in the third spot Champagne, a length and a half then to Intergaze, ahead Dannemora, and 1 to Catlin opening. To the crossing at the 850, and the leader is Might and Power. Given a spell here by Brian York. He's about 3.5 lengths on Juggler. Another couple of lengths to Champagne. Catlin opening has passed Dannemora and Intergaze. Intergaze has dropped out stone motherless with 600 left to go. And the leader is Might and Power. He's 3 lengths on Juggler. He's gone further ahead, Might and Power. He's 4 Juggler. Stephen King desperate on Juggler. And Champagne has passed Juggler, then Catlin opening, but straightening up. And I can hear the crowd beginning to bubble. Might and Power, he put 5 lengths Champagne. 2.5 lengths further back, Catlin opening, followed by Juggler, but down past the 200, Brian York has a peep. And am I watching the world's greatest stayer? I think I am. Might and Power is 8 lengths on Champagne to Catlin opening, and he is a freak racehorse, Might and Power. Might and Power absolutely pulverised his rivals in the Queen Elizabeth to beat Champagne and Catlin opening. They're coming in at long intervals. Juggler
for the oldest classic in the state. Gates back, away they go. For the moment began quickly over on the outside. Behemoth snagged at the start, tumble home away quickly. Break the Bank is showing plenty of pace up on the speed early. What a great guy going forward. Our Unicorn settling in the first half of the field. Sky Trist going up as they settle down now, passing the 200 metres. And Sky Trist is racing to the lead. Set up a good couple of lengths in the early stages here from What a Great Guy. For the moment is being hustled forward before the first turn. He's caught 4 wide on it. And the first bend coming up, so the filly favourite's going to be trapped out, running out of the straight. And Sky Trist, the leader, for the moment, getting up into second placing on the outside. Did a bit of work there on the outside of Break the Bank. A length and a half away is Kalina Raffin settling down fourth. 2 lengths to Our Unicorn on the inside of What a Great Guy. Tumble Home finds himself 3 wide and boots forward. Oh, What a Great Guy got a check there, came back and fell back on top of Wellsell. King Lap over on the inside of those with Lauderdale, 1 to Pirate Anchor Gascoigne, and about 4 to Behemoth as they race towards the 1800 metres in the St Ledger. And Sky Trist, the leader. What a Great Guy moved up quickly into second placing, 3/4 of a length away. Settling third over on the inside then is Break the Bank, being followed by For the Moment in fourth placing now. 2 lengths Kalina Raffin outside Our Unicorn, and then Wellsell travelling 3 deep. Half a length to Tumble Home in the centre and King Lap the rail. 1 further back is Gascoigne from Lauderdale, Pirate Anchor, and Behemoth is last when the field heads past the 1400. And Sky Trist is the leader by 2 lengths now to What a Great Guy. 2 lengths away third, Break the Bank on the inside of For the Moment. Well Sellers moving up on the outside now, quickly going towards the leaders. 2 lengths further back in the field is Our Unicorn, who has been put to sleep on the inside of Kalina Raffin. Back behind those is Gascoigne going forward 3 wide, and then Tumble Home. Over on the inside of him is King Lap, and they're being followed then by Lauderdale, Pirate Anchor, and Bohemoth is last of all by the 1,000 metre mark. Sky Trist by a length and a quarter to Wolsell. A length away on the inside then is Break the Bank. A length and a quarter away on the outside For the Moment. Our Unicorn is 5th on the rail. Here runs Kalina Raffin and Lauderdale coming around the outside, and that's Bohemoth too. He's taken off a long way from home, and he's coming wide to attack for the front now, and then Tumble Home on the inside when they came around the bend, and the field is bunched right up in the ledger, and Sky Trist is going to lead. For the Moment is rushed up into second placing under extreme pressure though. Lauderdale and Our Unicorn. Our Unicorn's coming with a big dash on the outside, then Tumble Home working home well, followed by Bohemoth is coming to the outside. For the Moment gone at the 400 metres, and Our Unicorn the leader. Tumble Home and Bohemoth laying in is starting to wind up. Our Unicorn runs down to the 200, a length and a quarter in front of Bohemoth and Tumble Home. Our Unicorn in front, Bohemoth the only danger, 100 out. It's Our Unicorn a neck. Bohemoth coming at him. Bohemoth getting to Our Unicorn. Bohemoth goes home the best and won. Bohemoth beat Our Unicorn by a long head. 3 lengths to Tumble Home third. Then came For the Moment Sky Trist, followed by Lauderdale, King Lap, and then back behind them Kalina Raffin, Wolsell and Gascoigne. A break to Pirate Anchor. A long break then to What a Great Guy, and Break the Bank was a bad last.
Number 3, Bohemoth, 370.
Bohemoth,
$1.60.
ridden by Darren Gauci, has got up to beat Our Unicorn,
Number 6, Tumble Home.
with Tumble Home third in the Cadbury St Ledger. Numbers are 3, 2 and 6. 3, 2 and 6 official. Fourth placing going to number 5, Sky Trist, and 5th For the Moment.
The Toll at the post, the first circuit, 1 lap to go. Magic View the grey at big odds leads and is pulling by about a length. Second placing on the outside, Prince Charming, Ripper Mate, Supercut and Legal Hand. Then Frenzel Rom, followed by Opera Symbol, Zdenka further back in the field as they head out of the straight now and work towards the far side. Heed the Toll as the whipper in. Now they move towards that far side with the grey Magic View settling a length in front. Prince Charming getting a nice charmed run second. Third, Supercut likewise. They were followed by Ripper Mate. Legal Hand is deeper. Further back the Frenzel Rom and Opera Symbol next, followed then by Altrista. Further back on the outside, North Lady, a length and a half, Zdenka, but hard held, and 1.5 last of all, Heed the Toll. Into the far side, Magic View is the leader, but steadies. A length and a quarter in front of Prince Charming, Supercut third. They were followed fourth, Ripper Mate, and fifth, Legal Hand. The bookies hope back on the inside of those. Altristas improved. Further back behind those then came on the outside, Frenzel Rom, and then came with it Opera Symbol deeper still. Back to the inside, North Lady, and last of all, the main body was Zdenka, and 2.5 away last of all is Heed the Toll. In that order they move along the far side, approaching the turn, and the leader Magic View about to bring them onto the side, shows out with 1,000 to run from in second placing, Prince Charming third, Supercut. Legal Hand there under pressure, Ripper Mate with it, followed by Altrista sneaking up along the rail. Wider out on the track, Opera Symbol, followed by Frenzel Rom, North Lady. Second last Zdenka, and only a length and a half off Heed the Toll, about to make ground. 800 out, and Magic View the leader, a half in front of Prince Charming. 1.5 Supercut, a length and a half Ripper Mate, but niggled at. Opera Symbol moves up out wide. Altrista moves up on the inside. Further back in the field, Zdenka improving. With it, Frenzel Rom, followed then by North Lady, and Heed the Toll last of the main body. Legal Hands called it a day. Around the turn for home, and Prince Charming went to the lead. Got about a half in front now, length and a half Magic View, Supercut. Altrista's making ground between them, and they were followed by Ripper Mate and Opera Symbol down the outside, and wider out. Heed the Toll is starting to explode home down the centre. It's Prince Charming the leader at the 200. Heed the Toll looking a big danger out wide, is gobbling up the ground. Here comes the Western Australian from last, Prince Charming the inside, but it can't answer the call of Heed the Toll. Last to first, and Heed the Toll goes home. What a great Adelaide Cup trial. Second, Prince Charming. Third, Altrista got up on the rail. Wider out was Frenzel Rom and Opera Symbol in a line, and they were followed further back behind those then in gaps with Ripper Mate, North Lady not far off them, Zdenka and Supercut in that group, and further back behind those Magic View and distanced, and I mean distanced,
Flavour and 2.5 Monopolise. Down past the 900 and La Baraka gallops to the lead. About a half length on Kiwi Hero. Travelling third Accomplice. Just shading Masked Party on the outside. A length to Coogee Walk. About 3/4 to Rock You. 1.5 then to Flavour. And 4 or 5 lengths further back Monopolise. Down to the 600 in the Endeavour and La Baraka shows the way. 3/4 of a length on Kiwi Hero. Park third Accomplice followed by Masked Party. Brian York taking off on Coogee Walk. A break to Rock You. 2 lengths to Flavour given a smack with a whip. And 4 or 5 Monopolise around the corner. La Baraka first for home. A length and 3/4 Kiwi Hero followed by Masked Party. Coogee Walk and then comes Accomplice at the 250. And La Baraka a length and a half clear. Coogee Walk on the outside followed by Masked Party and then Kiwi Hero. But La Baraka is well clear. La Baraka in fact increases her lead on Masked Party, Coogee Walk and Kiwi Hero, and La Baraka does it again. La Baraka, Dilly 3 lengths. Second home to Masked Party, then Coogee Walk, Kiwi Hero, followed by Flavour, Accomplice, Rock You, and well back in the run Accomplice pulling up rather quickly as they went past the posts.
Racing this time, Electrifying hesitated just slightly near the inside. Marcelo beat them out. Going quickly short out to the start, Birdwatcher. Bennon's in that bunch, and Mr. I Am is showing speed, and there goes Electrifying. He's accelerating up along the inside, and he's going up and going to the front. On settling down, there goes Mrs. Geiger. Mrs. Geiger's going quickly, and she's headed them off now into the first bend. They've got 850 metres to go. Mrs. Geiger has crossed over a length and a half in front of Electrifying. Mr. I Am is ahead away third, and Marcelo's next, followed by Bennon, Rainbow Ribbons. A length further back to Birdwatcher, then out of bounds, Incriminating, Vatulele. Charmer Princess is well back, then Golden Might, and last of all is Marauding Rogue. Coming towards the home turn, 500 metres to go. Mrs. Geiger is a half in front of Mr. I Am. Electrifying is one away third on the inside of Marcelo, 1 to Bennon. Vortalele starting to go forward. Rainbow Rhythms, Birdwatcher in the centre, out of bounds, Incriminate, Golden Mile. Then Marauding Rogue and Charmer Princess. They're in the straight with 300 metres to go. Mrs. Geiger in front. Here comes Electrifying. Electrifying is flying at them on the outside, and he's gone to the front now. Away he goes. Electrifying, putting plenty of spark into his finish, and at the 100-metre point, he's dashed 6 lengths in front. He's home. It's Electrifying charging to the post. Rainbow Rhythms up for second, and third home, Mr. I Am. Followed in by Golden Mile running on there. Mrs. Geiger, Incriminating, Bennon. The next
outside barrier. Ready to break. Baby Boomer on the inside. They're off and racing. Baby Boomer jumped well. Spectrum dropped out towards the rear. Soulier is second last, jumping into stride now. And Sweet Delight in front. Miss Tesla going up quickly on the outside to take her on and run to the lead. Ascorbic is settling third. A length and a half to Lady Baton fourth. Baby Boomer over on the inside, and then 2 lengths further back is Sunny Lane, followed by Soulier and Spectrum last of all, but the pace is strong and genuine. At the 1200 metres, it's set now by Miss Tesla. A length and a half in front of Ascorbic, holding second on the outside of Sweet Delight. A break of 4 lengths to Lady Baton. Over on the rails then is Baby Boomer. 1.5 behind it, Sunny Lane. Soulier second last, and Spectrum last when they went past the 1,000. And Miss Tesla by a length and a quarter. Ascorbic camped right on the pace second and goes up on the outside to apply a bit of pressure to the leader. A length and a half to Sweet Delight. 3 lengths back is Baby Boomer on the inside of Lady Baton. Then Sunny Lane, followed by Soulier and Spectrum last of the 8 coming to the home turn at the 600 metres. And Miss Tesla's going to straighten up about a half on Ascorbic. 2 to Sweet Delight, followed by Baby Boomer and Lady Baton. Sunny Lane 2 lengths away on the inside, niggled at from Soulier and Spectrum. Miss Tesla leads into the straight. She kicked out by 2 lengths Ascorbic. Sweet Delight on the outside into third placing. Miss Tesla's gone away. She's gone 3 in front now. Spectrum pulls to the outside, spotting them a long start. They're inside the 300. Could it be Miss Tesla's day? She's out by 5 lengths now from Ascorbic, Baby Boomer, followed then by Sweet Delight, who can't go on. Sunny Lane is raising an effort. Miss Tesla clear at the 100 metres. They won't get it today. She's 4 in front of Baby Boomer and Sunny Lane, and Miss Tesla wins at last by 3 lengths. Baby Boomer second. Third is Sunny Lane. They're followed by Ascorbic, then Sweet Delight. Back behind those was Spectrum and Soulier. And Lady Baton has finished a very bad last.
Number 3, the winner, Miss Tesla, 290.
Miss Tesla, the winner, ridden by Greg Hall, breaking a most frustrating run of 17 starts without winning. But she had been placed on 9 occasions. She lost a race on protest in that string, and she's cracked it for a most deserved victory. Number 7, second, Baby Boomer, ridden by Darren Gauci. and 1 was third, Sunny Lane, ridden by Brett Preble. Numbers are 3, 7 and 1 in the Matron Stakes. 4th was number 4, Ascorbic, and 5th was number 2, Sweet Delight.
But that was some sort of a sharp storm, I'll tell you. They're off now in the Derby trial. And away very nicely was one at big odds, East Wave, from Going Fast Benesto in the early part. Neptune Star is prominent, so is Bellata. Close handy to Optare and around the outside Tukey's Goal. Back to the inside, King Royale from St Saviour. Ooh, in trouble there. One of them seemed to dip back in the field. Danish Habit might have got onto the heels of one. It's back to second last, and in that shuffle up, Prime Monarch went ahead of it. So too did the toppy, Prince of Luke, and also in that division lay Beale. Getting going again on the inside, Danish Habit recovers some lost ground. Further back behind those then the Hind, who's got up on the inside and is one of the last, and back there with them too is Well Stamped. As they move along the far side on the outer track, and Benesto, the Victorian, took over. Benesto by a couple. Neptune Star was second. In third placing up on the outside, I think it's Bellata, I should say. They were followed by King Royale, saving some ground. Permedio, a nice run on the inside of East Way, and they were followed further on the track by Lay Beale, who's close handy, then Danish Habits and Saviour at the 1,000 on the side on the outer track. Further back in the field behind those then, as they move down towards the home turn, we've got Optare racing back there in the field with Prime Monarch, and also over on the inside was the Hind, who's still about 8 lengths off them. Further back then came Prince of Luca, and last of all is Well Stamped. Benesto went for home around the turn to the 650, got 2 lengths in front of Neptune Star, King Royale. Further out on the track, Tukey's Gold, and then Lay Beale, and they were followed out by Bellata, St Saviour down the outside, and further back along the inside, Danish Habit, but this is going very comfortably. Benesto with 400 to travel. It's 3 in front of Neptune Star. The Hind has started to come from behind. This might be his day today, the Hind. Oh, geez, made up a lot of ground. He's raced up to join Benesto. Benesto's rider forced to go for the whip, but the Hind has come from well behind, and the Hind is putting up a great Derby trial here. He'll come away and win very, very comfortably. This McGinney can get through the ground. The Hind goes away, eased down on the line, and walks to the post to score by about 4. Benesto's second. Third placing over on the outside, trying to pick up the colours, was it Bellata from King Royale. Very hard to see through these windows, and back behind those.
Foramore's up looking for the lead and will get it. Gallo chasing him, Don Tristram, and Yobro's not far back either. Now, Don Tristram's rider obviously keen to lead, and Don Tristram darts through to take over narrowly from Foramore. Corporate James pulling his head off third, and on the inside next is Yobro getting back to 4th, and 5th is Taradu, 2 to Blue Gum. Another couple of lengths to Lively Lad, Born to Dance, and Vaindara's Ways last. They swing the first corner. Don Tristram leads 3/4 of a length on Foramore. A length away third is Taradu, followed by Yobro, and Corporate James racing 5th, the horse off the fence. A couple to Blue Gum, then Lively Lad, Born to Dance second last, and a further 2 lengths Vaindara's Way. It's Don Tristram leading out as they come down past the 850, about a half length on Foramore. Third posse is Taradu, and tucked away Yobro, followed by Corporate James, still a horse off the fence, and only 4 lengths off the lead. A break of a length to Blue Gum, and then Vaindara's Way being revved up. Second last Lively Lad, and Born to Dance is still last as they race in the direction of the corner. They've got 500 to go, and the roughie Don Tristram leads out 3/4 of a length on Foramore. In third position, racing Taradu. Corporate James is locked away. Cameron Swan trying to get into the clear on the favourite, not having much luck, and Vaindara's Way sprinted up very quickly. 300 to go. Don Tristram taken on by Vaindara's Way and Foramore. Plenty of room for Corporate James on the inside of that trio, and Blue Gum is starting to wind up. Corporate James hitting top gear, but Don Tristram still in front. Don Tristram from Corporate James, Vaindara's Way, and then Blue Gum on the outside, but they can't reach Don Tristram. And the bolter, Don Tristram, wins. By golly, there's an improvement. Don Tristram from Corporate James, Blue Gum. Further back, Lively Lad, Foramore, Vaindara's Way, weakened out of it. Oh, I reckon he's close to a win, this fella. And then Born to Dance, Taradu, and Yobro was last. Don Tristram, they couldn't run him down. $84.40 for the win.
Hush over the crowd. Mr. Newmarket, up in the air. Jockey out of the saddle. There's a delay. Al Mansour, Cooksley out of the saddle. There's a problem in close. Mr. Newmarket's caught in the stalls. Cooksley out of the way. The General seems to be quite okay. He's standing there relaxed. Cooksley getting back aboard. Where's Mr. Newmarket's jockey? They've turned off the lights. Mr. Newmarket's jockey is out the back. Now, they may want Mr. Newmarket